Yeah.
Can help. It's strong point. Can help. You bring the chair over. Oh, very easy.
Very hard to put 10 minutes on food. Right, a bit of exercise so that your mind will be sharper. Yeah. Okay. Because a lot of us are distracted by the machine. I was doing myself.
Machine.
Yeah, the machine in front of us. Good morning, class.
Good morning.
Just want to introduce myself to you. Kenneth is my name. I'm very happy to be here and to take this class, and I would like to set two ground rules, or I like to use two E's to start the class. Okay, two E's. Okay, anybody any clue what these two E's are? E and T. Anything that you can think of starts with E? Entertainment. Entertainment, okay. Entertainment will means enjoyment. So number one rule is that you need to enjoy yourself. That means that if you feel that you're too cold, too hot, feel free to move around, but don't distract somebody. You want to close your eyes to take a nap, I allowed you, but don't snore. So I want you to enjoy yourself, okay? That means that you don't put your enjoyment also onto others to become their disenjoyment or displeasure. The other E will be enthusiastic and engagement. Okay. So I like you to be engaged, because if you are not engaged, any good thing I say will fly past you too. So please leave all your troubles outside the door so that you don't bring any problem here, including your handphone. I know that real estate people are very busy. Please switch off your handphone. If you do not, if your handphone disturbs somebody, then I will kindly have to take it away from you. Okay. So the way we go about engaging is, this is the first thing I'd like you to do. Can you all stand? I'd like you to go to somebody you do not know. Okay? Someone you do not know, that you don't know, and you introduce yourself and get to know, hold it, and get to know the person, and at the end of it, in 2 minutes time, find out one thing in common you have with that person. Okay, it cannot be I have a pair of eyes, you also got a pair of eyes, I wear glasses, you wear glasses, no count, okay? Yeah, it's got to be something really unique. Perhaps you may find that you actually come from the same kampong, you live in the same block, or maybe you go to the same secondary school. Okay, 2 minutes, can you just go to somebody and just introduce yourself? If I see somebody standing without introducing, I will get them to be introduced here, alright? Yeah. Go to somebody you do not know. Yeah. There will be a threesome. Oh yeah, yeah, most of them to stay with me. Yeah. I also like to get to know you. Okay. Let's just do that, yeah. You know? Yeah. Really, find out one thing you have in common with each other. Yeah. You found it?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, that's good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 1 minute is up. Another minute is up. Thank you. So you may be seated. You all may be seated. So may I just ask some of you to volunteer if you found your long lost friend or found your long lost kampong mate or anybody like Robert? Have you found your Yes.
We found the same interest.
Yes. Could you tell us about the interest?
The interest is music.
Okay. Anyone else?
Well, I'd like to introduce Cheryl.
Yes.
Both of us have something common, that is, we have a son. We have sons which are of the same age.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. We won't ask you to. Okay. So this is the learning objective today, imaginary. Okay. Yeah. So at the end of this learning end of this class, we would like to familiarize you with the laws, regulation, and ethics involved in the practice of a real estate salesperson. how to make good friends and clients out of the customer that we serve. At the end of the training, the participant will understand how to safely steer his or her career out of trouble, out of legal pitfalls, and how to practice safely and have a satisfying career in the real estate. Okay? Now, I would like you to now take a moment to share an experience, okay, or an encounter, right, that you have, right, with a client that turns sour. Okay? Imagine you're all real estate salesperson, right? An experience or encounter with a client that turns sour or not good. Okay? If you're not a real estate salesperson, one of the experience or encounter that you have with a real estate salesperson that was very bad, okay, as a customer or client. Okay? So you understand that you are to share an experience or encounter with a client that turns sour. If you are not a salesperson, an experience that you have, right, with a salesperson that was very, very bad. Okay, so perhaps I give you a minute to think about it, and after that I will ask you to just share so that we can just have a chance to list it down, because these are learning moments for us that we turn some of these experiences into something that we can take home. Okay, so anyone has any experiences to share? Perhaps Andy has an experience.
Okay, the one about bad experience with
Yes, good or bad, you can share that.
yeah, I think we are an agent that actually my wife and I, we try to rent out our place. Okay, so this agent actually promised us that okay, no problem, you go and sign exclusive with us, then we'll get you, 10, because we have this network of in that company, and they're going to help us to market our place. Okay, but after that we realized that the idea of the exclusive is exclusive 2%. The network is just 2%. Yeah. So we were very disappointed about it, and after 1 month we actually terminated. Yeah, it's a difference.
Okay, thank you so much, Andy. So, Andy has shared an experience that shows that sometimes salesperson, but by the way, exclusive means that he's asking for a period whereby he will sell the property only, and if the property is sold by anyone else, he gets paid. Okay, so he's asking for an exclusive. So out of the exclusive, what is supposed to be an exclusive is for him to market the property broadly. He turned out that he was an exclusive to himself. Okay, so only he himself and his partner knows about it. So it was a very bad experience. And I'm sure out of that, Andy will keep this salesperson away with a 10-foot pole. Will never give him any jobs further. So that is really a bad experience. Okay, and that as a salesperson, it's really a bad thing to do, because instead of creating clients, he turns client away, and I think by word of mouth, the client would also become perhaps a negative response. Is there some questions from the two there? Can we assist you in any question if you have? Okay, thank you. If there's any questions after that, we will be having a break in about an hour's time, so we can interact. Okay, there will be coffee, there will be tea, and there will be snacks. I want to read to you a newspaper report that I just found just a couple of weeks ago. Just follow me. Okay, this is an example of not such a good experience. This newspaper report is taken from Washington Post. Okay, George Willie has filed a lawsuit against Superman, claiming damages of 35 million in local courts. Okay, he claimed that Superman has caused him to suffer damages in terms of mental and nervous breakdown. He claimed in his statement of claim filed in the High Court that in Superman's rescue of him from a burning building, Superman has fooled him dragged him out of the building, and in the process fractured him. Instead of bringing him down to safety, right, he flew him up to a 105-story tall Empire State Building, and therefore causing him to have a near mental breakdown because he has extreme fear of height. Okay, to make things worse, George claimed that on the way down and back to Earth, he was taken on a few spins and somersaults that caused him to vomit and pee in his pants. And when he landed on the ground, he was surrounded by reporters, and he was utterly embarrassed and to the core. And then this whole incident was reported nationwide, causing tremendous loss of face. And when we went home, his children laughed at him, and then he felt totally defamed. Okay, so this is a newspaper report that has taken out. Maybe we can share a little bit what we learned out of this incident. Okay, this is a case study of George suing Superman. Okay, maybe you want to share some of your reflection about this case, because it's not true face line.
I didn't get the whole
Okay.
story.
Okay. Let me just let you read again. Okay. Well, what happened in the case is that George obviously was saved by Superman out of the burning building, but instead of being grateful to Superman, he's now suing Superman. Okay, so that's the gist of the facts. Okay, so what are some of your observations? Let's go into observation, reflections on this case, and discussion. Okay. Have you got any observations? Maybe I see Christopher is smiling. Do you want to give us your observation?
Yeah, it's a very unique case.
Yes.
It's very enlightening.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find out
What behind it?
Can you enlighten us? Yes. What about one of the ladies here? Have any observation that you note? You can say anything. It's okay.
Yeah, but I don't understand what's going on.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay. During the break time, maybe I can give you extra. Yeah, you can. Okay, what this basically highlight is that sometimes our best intention turn out to be our worst nightmare. Okay, so as a salesperson, like, what do you notice? What do you get out of this? Sometimes you think that you've done a good job, but actually
The customer is not.
it's totally the perception, the reception was totally opposite. So what went wrong?
I mean, I think he too confidently thought that he's all
He's
right.
out there to save the
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
He's out there to save George. Yeah. But instead of saving George, okay,
He's damaging.
yes. Yeah. Is that true? Is that true? I mean, didn't he save George? Yeah, he saved George out of a burning building.
but to take George for a ride.
Yeah.
But George, because of his, of his caliber, I mean, he because he saved already. I mean, he got the money and everything, so he
He got his life back.
Yeah, but he don't. The one is not important to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So George got his life back. Right.
But
That
his
was
face.
what Superman did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But George won his face and fame better.
Yeah. George claimed that he fractured, right? Then he had nervous breakdown
Yeah.
because of the height,
Lose face.
because he lost face, because he peed in his pants, and so forth. So I wish to use this to illustrate a very important principle of a salesperson. Sometimes we thought that we have done a wonderful job for our clients, but actually from the client's perspective, we did them a discreet disfavor. They forgot that actually we bailed them out, that we may have sold their property, we may have helped them out of bankruptcy, or we bought them their dream homes. But from their perspective, perhaps the way of our delivery is very crude. The way that we have done it, like, is not what they have perceived. So many a times we need to learn to see from the client's perspective, and therefore the idea of selling real estate, selling happiness, it must be always foremost in our mind that the happiness is something that we want aim to achieve. Because sometimes in our zeal to want to make money, we make our clients, we make it at the expense of our client, and therefore that cannot be happiness. That cannot be happiness to us, that cannot be happiness to our clients. Okay? I think I will just stop here.
Who was observing? Who was observing? Okay. Quick thoughts?
Okay. Kenneth come across as very engaging to the group, alright? He has very good voice projection, he has very good gestures at the right time. Initially, when he talked about the George case, I was lost. Then after quite some time, then I got the gist that there's a moral behind it. I thought that was a very good case. And it's very good. Whatever it is, I think it's very good. The other thing is that I have no clue what is the perimeter of knowledge I'm going to get when I sit down. I only notice the title. Actually, what are you trying to inform the group? Is to be a good salesman? Is to sell better? Or that is something.
Haven't got to that.
I think that maybe because rush of time. Rush of time. If given sufficient time, I believe the flow will be more, systematic. That's my observation.
Okay. Any other inputs? Cheryl?
I think you have a lot of contents, a lot of things that just blah 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 blah. There was no pausing during the read out the case, to look at participants, learners, whether they are catching up with you. So I put a question to Angkor, I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought you were planted. You're really not
I have no time to plant people because you all sit there already. They genuinely were lost. Oh, you genuinely lost. You thought you were planted. You're genuinely lost. You cannot be a
I think my thing is that because of the time frame, you are rushed.